Hello and welcome back to DCO. You have myself, Wale, Barnaby, and James, and today we're going to continue debugging console. So, tell us more about what the issue is, James.
Yeah. So the end of last stream, we were having issues with consoles complaining about auto encrypt not working. So between streams, I looked a little bit into it. There's some things about like bouncing the console server, so I've done all that stuff just to make sure that there's no migration that needs to happen. And that kind of fixed one thing, but now we're having an issue that when the client's trying to connect, it's can't talk to the server on port 8300, which is the gRPC port. So I logged into the server to see if we can get any server logs, to see if, because normally you can see both ends if request is going, and the server will be like refusing request or whatever. And the server was just complaining about TLS issues. So I don't 100% know how console server works, but it looks like internally it needs to send RPC requests to itself, or at least needs to accept its RPC needs to accept its cert, and it's complaining that cert is expired and not refreshed since the 15th, which is last week.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
What last week?
Last Tuesday, since Tuesday.
Last Tuesday. So I don't know if that's our auto. I suppose that may be the auto refresh stuff.
Isn't that the Vault agent that should be pulling that?
Well, this is on the server.
It's still the console certs are agented,
Yeah.
right?
Vault agent.
Templating error.
Oh.
That's probably.
Oh, and then. I mean, this may be the issue. It'd be annoying if this is the problem.
It's one of those things where a sort of second pair of eyes often help see things that you miss.
Oh, cat /ec/ console. Oh yeah, that should be a directory. Where is our agent file?
ECT, yeah, there.
So this looks like destination, even though our source here.
Could you render the template to this directory and then the template renders to the files?
Well, I think it renders as it runs, so it puts these files in location, but we have to specify where it renders to. So I can probably do like TLS-temp or something.
Yeah, or TLS Vault agent, something like that. Give it a go. See if give it a file name and see if it's happy.
Remembering how to use.
I don't know what's wrong with my headphones, but it feels like everything is extra loud today.
I'm on my mechanical keyboard today as well. Normally I'm on the Mac keyboard, but everything is in weird places at the moment in my office. So you can maybe tell by the fact that I've got a load of dust sheets covering everything. I'm halfway through redecorating.
Nice. So that means if you're typing as well, I'll have the pleasure of hearing it.
Yeah, we can. What we should do is buy like a bag of all the different types of switches, and give you a different flavor each week.
There's like actually move my phone a lot closer to my face
Oh,
without having issues. So
Or
I
you're
can
just
hear me.
moving it closer to try and get
Well,
more
when-
keyboard noise.
Well, now I can gain it. That I should be able to move. If I go closer,
yeah. So
is that still loud enough? Just trying to get myself down a little bit.
yeah.
So now I should be able to journal Vault agent again.
Oh, this is a lot better
It
actually.
rendered.
Yeah.
I mean, I've not really typed anything yet, but
No, even your voice. Even, as I said, even earlier on, your voice was
Yeah.
very deep inside my.
Restart
Oh yes.
console. So that fixed it. No.
Valid.
So what we're reading here is certificate has expired or is not yet valid.
Yeah, so if you see current time is today, is after last Tuesday.
I see.
Is it worth checking the certs to see if they've rendered?
So the TLS. So that renders the entire file. These were all made now.
Do we need to send a sig up to Consul?
Just restarted it.
We should probably modify our Vault agent to send sig up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can tell it what service you want it to do things with.
Yeah, it's part of the templating block. Though I think Consul one of those weird ones where it will carry on once it's established the connection, it will be happy to continue using it. It's just when it restarts, if it's using expired certs, it will fail.
So it's still erroring.
Failed to verify.
Oh,
Not
could it
yet
be
valid.
this that's doing it? Okay, let's make the change properly.
So have we updated it on the client as well?
No, I'm gonna do that one. So this is part of client. This is part of agent template. Oh, okay. So I did just that. And then test, that is the agent. This code still doesn't restart console, so we'll need to give it a restart after it's on.
So many versions of Ansible sort of on the go at the moment from different projects. They're all starting to blend into one in my head into which ones does what and has what.
Yep.
Yeah. Based on what you've been telling me, I'm really reluctant to update Ansible on any of my devices. Very reluctant.
I think we need at some point would like to build like a proper Ansible like test suite. Maybe make use of the Python virtual ends, which it always tells me about when I ever do an upgrade for a package. I think I have it on Brew installed though, my Mac, but yeah. Use
So
a virtual test.
I've turned off console on the client because I think that was giving false information. So this is just running on the server and it is failing to do RPC with the same issue. So for whatever reason, the RPC cert hasn't been updated, even though we've changed the files.
Did we specify a different block for the gRPC certs?
Console. So we've got common, which I don't think does anything. No, cat server. So we've got HTTPS is our let's encrypt, and then everything else is thingy. Just something. Not that this matters for this really, but cat client config's got addresses. Oh yeah, address is the address, but then if I go cat common, that's the address. Cool. So I thought we were more doing anything, but yeah, these are the console TLS certs.
Do the names match up with the new ones?
Yeah, the names are the same.
Can we just to check sanity? I know the certs have been rewritten, but just run the OpenSSL to check the end dates on them to see if they have been renewed correctly.
Dash in dash
X.
no out text.
I just know there was an X somewhere. I thought there was an X.
Oh no, it's X.
See, I knew it.
X509.
Yeah.
You still need a dash for your text. It's a flag.
Nice. Okay.
So the other option is our CA hasn't been regened. So that cert hasn't been regened. Granted, Vault is complaining about leases having issues. So our CA is fine, but so we've got certs that are not built from the PEM. So this is very much of a weird Vault issue. So when I did my journal in Vault, we're getting these issues. I'm curious if it's failing to revoke the current certs, so it's not generating new ones.
What's the revocation process for certificates? Just put it in the CRL list.
Well, I mean, it's trying to could not fetch issues list, and then it's just timing out. So it's because it's lease ID, and then it's probably to do with CA. It may not be particularly happy.
So it gets different ID in the back end.
Yeah.
And we had an issue and we didn't delete the CA because it used.
Well, there's lots of keys. Oh god, we have 60 keys. I can just try and okay, I can manually delete all these keys. So I'm just going to go through and delete these keys. No.
Wow, that's gonna be a while.
But what we may have to do is on key creation, on CA creation, also get all the keys from it.
We can potentially, as part of our new script, we could revoke all the leases.
I think we're going to have to do something like that. God, there's so many keys.
God, it's been a while since I've had to mess around with this.
It's funny because so there's now there's a new thing called ACMCA. So the standard CA is only going to last 3 months, and then there's a process called ACMCA, which is a API set that lets you auto rotate certs from so the tools don't really know their current, they don't know the all the certs, they just know the latest one. So hopefully at some point all of the Hashi tools, and they'll do it in an open source way, hopefully, will support this protocol, which makes all of this a lot simpler.
We can hope. Are you revoking leases or deleting keys?
I am deleting keys. Because my assumption is it's trying to do the thing in the lease that then ultimately deletes these keys. So I was just going to cut out Nomad.
The keys.
And then I'm going to restart the agent and see if something happens. Found two keys that are currently in use. I think that's 3 now, actually. Yeah. There should be a few that have been created. Oh, we've also got certs as well. Oh God, we have made 83,857 certs.
Well,
wow.
If we were using enterprise, that wouldn't have cost us much, right?
Doesn't
They
cost
don't
you
bill us.
anything. You build the clients for enterprise.
Okay.
fair.
Could maybe one of you? Well, should we maybe create a bash script that clears this up?
Yeah, I'm vaguely trying to see that. No.
What's the command that actually clears it up first?
What are you? Certificate deletion?
No, you said yes, for certificate deletion, yes. Because I could come up with we could do a while loop now and then. Just put it in there.
Delete key.
Actually,
issuers and keys roles.
Do you have zero trust on? Because I don't, and I can't do it right now.
I have zero trust on, and I'm also streaming, so I can run.
No, I'm talking to Barnaby. Oh, you want us to run it in?
This is what we're now doing on the stream: is clearing these keys up. We might as well run this script as a group.
Fair enough.
So we need to get all certs, and then loop and delete. Assuming those are the two things we need to do. Let's read. Well, I mean, if one of you give me one of you can build it faster than I can, you're welcome to give me the.
I just want to know. I mean, I'll just give you something now. Here we go. Something like this, I guess.
Didn't work.
Which
Oh,
part?
/certs.
Yeah,
Cool.
that works. Scary, man.
What can go wrong?
I don't like this.
Unspoiled path.
Delete. Eesh. Unsupported path. Is that normal? One error.
Well, it's so it's not vault delete and then your cert path is wrong.
Delete list in the API isn't that great. We have issuer key, issuers and keys and roles. We can revoke certificates.
I think that's what we're actually doing. I think we are revoking the certificate.
So are they
Yeah,
reducing?
we are. We're revoking the certificates. We're not deleting them.
Oh, okay.
Which would be PKI/revoke, and then you give it a payload of serial number equals
Yeah, then we got the serial number, which is this one.
Yeah.
So this command is, do you have a
He's
Yeah.
typing.
How can you tell?
I don't know. My superhero is kicked in.
I'm also using a Windows keyboard, which is messing with my mind a little bit as well.
So
I need to get the issuer ref.
It seems that you should just be able to do it with serial number.
Oh, okay. PKI revoke. That's what we want.
Vault, PKI, revoke.
Cool.
I'm guessing you meant serial, not aerial, right?
You're right.
I
No,
missed
no.
an S.
Yes, after they revoke.
Oh, yeah. And then that becomes that one. Don't need quotes. Don't want vault delete. And then it is just cert.
It's happier, or it's making progress. It may just be hanging in vault with its things, revoke it because it can't link the issue.
So that's what these issues.
There might be a force.
Oh, yes, -F. I'm just guessing, don't worry.
No, vault didn't really have.
Revoked. Oh, it worked. This is
We revoked two of them.
Oh.
Could not fetch.
Exceeded.
Okay. Yeah, so the issue we've got is at a high level. I mean, there's an easy way of doing this.
Just gonna wipe Vault.
I was
Why
thinking about
not?
deleting the engine.
I'd be intrigued if it let you do it, but
Well,
sometimes if there's pending leases, it causes problems. That's how you
Oh.
get a namespace with no cubbyhole.
Oh god, my thing's having issues. Oh,
Which
that was,
I wonder if that bug is still there.
Let's find out.
fucking
I'm
delicious.
We can't do that here. We don't have enterprise.
Ah, fair.
So we now have nothing.
Nice. Your script should have failed now then. Oh, you stopped it.
So does the create CA?
The CA script should still run. We don't even have it.
I'm just gonna make sure this is the correct script. Yes. Oh, didn't mean to space there. It's may fail because delete isn't going to work.
I think it goes just deletes if existed. I don't think it tells you if you. I don't think it discriminates.
Oh, our Vault is not happy.
Can I see the script again? They rotate. Can you open another?
It's in thingy.
Ooh, 500
Unable
errors.
to build a CL for issuer. Failed due to value being too large. I mean, we've made a role in an issuer. It just hasn't built COLs. But that's fine.
This is one of those edge cases that they occasionally talk about. I don't know if I'm surprised if we've hit it, but if you revoke too many certificates at one time, you can fill off a single entry in the back end.
I feel like that's what we've done.
Yeah.
Because we just told Vault, get rid of all these leases. But we're no longer, we're having skipping new TLS configuration keys are pending.
We still have loads of certificates. Yeah, we have 839 pages of them.
I really don't.
Yeah.
I really don't want Vault.
I'm
going to disable the engine, just like clear it all.
Yeah. The other option is tweak the config, enable sysraw, and just delete them directly from the back end.
I mean, expiration revoked lease. This looks like it's coming through.
I should get up the GCP stats and see if our CPU eventually drops once it finishes. Chunk has been pinned to 100% for the entirety of this stream.
So we're back to PCAL not configured, but we are revoking leases now, which we weren't doing.
Where utilization's dropped.
Cool.
No,
managing somehow managing 83,000 cost a problem. Oh, I know why I did that. Because the Vault agent was failing to run. It just wasn't able to like put it somewhere.
Wasn't right.
And then when it tried to look again, it's like, oh, the cert's not being written. Let me generate you a new one. So we're not going to sit here and wait for.
We've all learned a valuable lesson today. Make sure your agent can template out. I realize I've left a template, a Vault agent running as a templating thing.
You're on the same issues.
So on client side, so I did check that it was templating out the file correctly before I left. So
yeah.
that was a simpler one. It was what was it? It was Azure credentials.
Yes, it's because I'm not templating a file. I'm using a template file to template another file. That's my issues.
Yeah, I was setting up the Vault agent to template out Azure credentials because I had an application which needed to interface with Azure but couldn't use machine identity to do so. I didn't want to have static creds on the box, so use machine identity to authenticate, to get a Vault agent to authenticate to Vault, and then use that to put short-lived credentials on the box.
So the PKI engine is like is in the not configured state, so I have no way of seeing how many leases it's got through.
Hopefully it'll be done before the stream finishes today.
I suppose we've got that list command.
The leases. Which command are you thinking of?
The one that lists the certs. That. Well, from what it sees, there is no certs.
That's good, I guess.
Well, I mean, which is what the UI is saying.
It would just be in the back end somewhere. It's crunching through. It won't be.
Yep.
I guess I'll see a PKI. I think my UI is cached weirdly because I still see the mount, but
yeah, the SQL engine is still there.
I click on it, I just get 404.
Oh, if I go to certificates, I get now I get a 404. Yeah, you're right. Let's try it. Oh yeah, you're right. Because all these lease IDs are on this mount, we won't be able to delete the mount until all these lease IDs have cleared.
Yeah.
I guess you could do some quick maths. If you want to pause or scroll up a little bit, we can see how long on average it's taking to do AID and extrapolate out.
So that is 20 milliseconds.
20 milliseconds.
Give or take.
What did we have? We had
84,000.
4,000.
I can't believe he's actually doing the maths right now.
We may as well. We don't have anything better to do. We're watching logs. Do maths.
Why not? Yeah, let's do it.
0.00.
So I've got. I've asked calculator. It's 168,000 milliseconds, which milliseconds 100 seconds. So it's 1,680 seconds.
How many milliseconds does it take to delete one again? 20.
Yeah. 28 minutes.
We will finish streaming before.
I guess at least we've found
found why at least our Nova was so slow as well.
I wonder.
Oh, and occasionally it goes, oh, my logs are too big. Oh. It's got a snapshot while it keeps going.
Oh boy, I think this is probably realistically going to take closer to an hour.
Yeah. I know something cool I can show while this is running. I'm curious if it's just worked. I don't know how long. I don't think it's going to take that long. But look, we have an extra client.
I saw this on the weekend and didn't ask you about it.
So I have been able to connect this system that you're watching me to the server. So
Look at all those juicy resources.
yeah, we've got significantly more CPU and RAM than a standard server. I'm like, it shows how much
Sorry,
locally you have CPU
sorry.
compared to
How much? What GPU do you have again?
I have a 3060.
Oh, interesting. So how do I connect? How do I connect to your client again?
You
I
just
have
tell
some.
it.
I have some jobs to run.
So currently, you just tell it to use the default node pool.
I see.
And I've just like on my local machine.
Barnaby, you know what I want to run, right?
You run your LLMs.
Yeah.
Like I'm literally just running Nomad on my local machine.
Yeah. Awesome.
And because we're using Cloudflare, all the traffic just goes through Cloudflare. The issues I've found is with the MinIO storage doesn't work correctly. And doing a little bit of researching, I think MinIO is not the correct way of doing it. We should be using something like Ceph.
See, funny you mentioned that. I need a storage for my home lab, and I was gonna do MinIO, but lucky, and I've actually prepared the job, so I'm gonna scratch that and go for Ceph straight away then.
Yeah. So the issue with Ceph is getting it to run in a container where it doesn't have full control over the hard drives. But I have done no research in this.
So how do you know that that's an issue then?
So I have tried to run MinIO, and MinIO was having errors. I was then like, this is going to be annoying. And I was like, oh, Ceph. I can't remember what I heard. Oh, with one of the clients, I was trying to some storage clients, and they were talking about Ceph. And it is a open source storage system, so it worked pretty well for us. And it's more of a software level thing, which means maybe you could run it in a container. The other option is I could just locally mount some of my hard drive space and have some way of either manually mounting the GC volume that we're using for Factorio, or like having a way of like moving the data around or something like that.
I guess the other option is MinIO wouldn't have to be run in Nomad. You could run a MinIO server locally and just connect that as a pool.
It was the CSI that was failing, and the CSI is like one person, like one or two people are maintaining it to work with S3, and S3 now has its own way of doing it. So it's just like there's better. MinIO is not the correct tool for it. It was just something that like came to mind, and we needed. There's benefit of blob storage. Sorry, that's not correct. There's benefit of object storage, which is what MinIO supports.
Fair enough. On another note, since we have some time, I was thinking we could talk about, since we're actually working with Nomad right now, Nomad 1.10, like that just got released. Since you're sharing your screen, would you like to show us the release page?
Yes, if I can. My browser doesn't decide to mess up as soon as I do stuff. Actually, no, so that's okay. Cool.
Wow.
Okay.
Whoa.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I'll get there.
No worries.
Yeah, I haven't looked at. I haven't really looked at this release that much.
I think
but-
you should just zoom in a little bit more, just a tiny bit. That's it. Yeah, much better. Thank you.
I think the dynamic host volumes, if it is actually going to make our life easier, would help. But this is. Oh, is this like local storage?
Yeah. No. So the way I understood is so that we will be able to assign storage to the job itself, right?
Yep.
Is it pulling it from the host that's on, or is it? Can you just give it a pool of disks to use?
So I think the issue with the current way of doing things is if you want to attach storage that's not running through CSI. So this one, it's LVM, ZSF, SAN, NAS storage, which is all kind of client connected storage. You need a way of, you have to like restart the entire client. Whereas I think this is trying to pull away from that. So the same way you've same way you've got CSI, which is what we're using for everything we're doing, like Ceph.
So, there you go.
Host volumes is a separate way of doing that. And this looks like they're pulling more into the how do you mount like local storage in a dynamic-ish way.
Yeah, because we our very original setup for the gaming streams, we had a hard drive mount, and that was hard coded in the configuration.
Yeah.
So this is gonna give us fewer workarounds, so like you don't have to do a lot of workaround to get this sorted.
Yeah, this isn't. I don't think this is crazy useful for us with what we're doing. But for data center stuff, or when you have, when you just want to give jobs hard drive space. So currently, all our jobs take up an amount of hard drive space, but we don't really define that. And if our job restarts, all that space gets lost. But if you wanted job storage, that's where this would be useful. If you just want to be like, hey, give all the jobs, I don't know, 10 gigs of storage or something. But then if you need to double that to 20 gigs, you then need to restart the entire client to increase the amount of like storage you're giving it.
Fair enough.
That's cool.
So what's this one?
Volumes. This is all the same stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Ceph SF.
Ceph FS.
Sticky volume disabled allows a volume on another client with the same name to be claimed when the task group is researched new client. Oh yeah, so this is using for NFS, EFS, Ceph FS, which you can run. Maybe we just need to actually run EBS through NFS instead of running it through what's it called, the CSI, because then we can, because I can mount a Google Drive on my local machine through NFS. I just can't do it through the Google CSI stuff. So actually, we may want to move to kind of more of an NFS way of doing storage mounting.
Yeah, that'll be another stream.
Maybe need to look into it a little bit. Yay, Sentinel, quotas, namespaces. Yeah, this is enterprise.
What the hell?
This is enterprise stuff.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, at least let's mention it a little bit for those that might be interested. Like Sentinel integration. How does that fit in with Nomad?
So Nomad has like all hashy tools, which I didn't realize until recently, they all have their own flavor of Sentinel.
Yep.
So in the
Some
same
more
way,
useful than others.
some are definitely more useful than others. So this lets you. So Sentinel on job run will scan the job and make sure things are happy. So the same way that you can use Sentinel and Terraform to make sure that people are tagging correctly and that sort of stuff, you can do the same in Sentinel for Nomad.
Would you use it on the client side? Would you recommend it for the client?
So I have, because the Java driver for Nomad is a pile of garbage. And if you want to use, for something like Java, if you want to use exec2 or exec to run Java jobs, you want the command field to be Java. So it's a way of making sure that people are only running the applications you want, or only running things in the way that your company's agreed. And the same with this.
I see that happening. I would definitely, especially for the image source, because then you can just say it should only be from the company repo, for example, rather than.
But what's quite funny is someone reached out to me on Mastodon, I think, and they've made a proxy for the Nomad job endpoint. So you proxy all your Nomad requests via this system that will run OPA on the job spec, which is completely free. It just requires you to run a proxy that the jobs go through before they get to Nomad.
Funny enough, somebody actually, for the Hashi Talks, the 24-hour one, somebody actually was working on something like that, but they were using it so they can have OTel on, because rather than having to say declare OTel configuration on each job, you get the proxy to do that for you because you go through the proxy. So, but I don't think he demonstrated that, but he was just saying that. I was like, oh, people are doing a lot of fancy stuff with Nomad.
There's a few things that you can running a proxy in front of can just allows you to add that custom functionality to it.
I mean, there's other errors. There's a level where Nomad Pack can probably do a level of that stuff, and maybe you should be doing Nomad Pack instead of a proxy.
I mean, if you're using CLI, I don't see why not.
Yeah, I wish there was a better way of running Nomad Pack, which there may be. If they are, it's weird. I didn't realize how many tools IBM own, or
same.
If they are trying to compete / match Argo, though Argo CD owned by at least heavily influenced by IBM or heavily worked on by IBM. There may actually be a level that Argo becomes an input into Nomad, but however that ends up working. The whole thing about Argo is it runs Helm charts. So it wouldn't surprise me if they, or it would be nice if they do something like Argo with Nomad Pack, where you can be, here's a repo that has my Nomad Pack files, and then it auto gets deployed to Nomad. But I don't think anyone there is thinking about it at this moment. It's just something that I wish.
That's only because Nomad doesn't get a lot of love currently.
Nomad is getting a lot of love going forward.
Yeah.
ODC Sport.
Also, Enterprise, but
I think they've done that with all of their other products pretty much, apart from Vault.
Yeah, this is PKCE is the thing that's the big thing for this, where you can specify a private key and a secret to authentication. This isn't saying it's enterprise, but it's certainly an enterprise-y feature. annoyingly, I'm having an issue where if this worked the other way, so you could use PKCE from as a workload entity, it would actually solve one of my issues. But this is all about logging in with it. But
yeah, this part is one I want to really test out. Improve CLI UI transition. I don't know. I mean,
it looks like if I went Nomad status. Oh wait, I'm not on the latest version of Nomad. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not going to update my Nomad at the moment.
I was thinking we should probably set up like a sandbox way of like, so we have the same kind of Nomad we have. I mean, we spin it up when we need it to do this kind of testing, and then shut it down.
VMware.
We should just update Nomad.
You'd have to do VirtualBox. Probably want something like VirtualBox if you wanted to have like a local cluster to test with.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that because this is what happened to us. I mean, to me at least at work, where I updated to the latest Nomad and promise you, things started not working. Remember, Barnaby? And this guy was on holiday skiing. Long story short, I had to revert back to the old version. So I'd rather not do that unless we're ready to upgrade and fix all the whatever changes.
You should changes. I mean, you should read the change notes, so you should know what is changing if there's any breaking changes.
Yeah.
And also, it's about having confidence that if the break fails, you can do something about it. This looks like it's done.
It failed to unmount. Got context cancelled, so it may have hit a deadline for the try to unmount it. So,
Vault. How do you delete?
Do you want to delete the secret engine?
Yeah.
Secrets disable.
Fail to verify certificate. Can we not say dash no verify something?
Dash TLS. Dash verify.
I'll just change terminal to the one that actually has all the variables set.
I see. That helps.
Yeah, so this got a bad TLS when I failed to log in. And now it's just hanging on disabled PKI. We actually broken the secret method.
What's the log saying right now? If you check
nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, nothing. Okay.
It just has the TLS.
This is what broken.
Well, here's me thinking, oh yeah, we're gonna finish debugging today.
It's doing a lot less now. The main server's dropped down to 28% utilization, so not doing much, but it's just not doing anything.
Let's give Vault a well, that's not a good sign.
Marked as sealed.
We're trying to restart it.
Usually a restart is like quick, few seconds, boom, done. And journal, what's journal saying?
So core marked as sealed from the restart. Skipping new RAF TLS configuration keys are pending. I wonder if we
deactivating
the same certificate this components in the back end to manage the RAF certificates.
I mean, yeah, Vault is not turning. Okay. Well, if in doubt, kill
Nice.
Yeah.
That was quick. Failed state. That's the expected. Okay. Okay.
Oh, there we go. Everything mounted.
Cool.
That was aggressive, James, but it worked.
If things are that unhappy, sometimes you just have to.
Fair.
Still can't delete the PKI engine.
It's never going.
We're stuck with it now.
But I mean,
It
we could
didn't
rename
mount.
the. What'd you say?
I'm just looking at it because I got. Oh no, it didn't mount.
So if we rename it and then create a new one called PKI.
So this is probably those leases sitting around.
I guess we have a couple of options for us as we go into update config, enable raw, and find the entry point where the leases sit and just remove them. Or we wipe the data directory and just run Terraform against it. We've got quite a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah.
I'm for wiping the data directory.
Are you gonna populate all our secrets then? You're gonna repopulate all our secrets?
Is there a way of exporting them first?
No. Well, you could build something that would.
I vaguely looked at doing that at one point. Never got anywhere with it. But everyone talked about building a script that would scrape everything, copy it to another cluster, and then just kill the old one. Might be worth. The other thing is it might be worth putting debug logs in or trace logs in to see why it's failing. Because just getting errors because the context is cancelled.
Yes, I mean the other option is if I go enable.
It's already in use.
Well, I can't disable it because it comes out.
Cool. Looks like we've got some homework to do.
So this is saying I can do. Oops. Queued successfully. Perfect. Is that the path they were?
It doesn't look like it's triggering anything. It was
PKI issue console.
What's in the queue now?
nothing.
This is where like listing. Oh, force. All right, so it's just like there's no leases with this prefix. Okay, anyway, we should probably call it a stream.
Yeah.
We can, I think probably by next stream, we'll see if we can get this fixed, or we'll have another stream of this. We shall see.
Okay. So then I guess this is where I come in then. It's been fun again. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully by next time we have some sort of solution or progressed a little bit. Other than that, yeah, until next time, don't forget to follow us on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, and drop us a like and comment in our YouTube as well. Thank you. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.